term
Neue Sachlichkeit
or New Objectivity was initially popularized as the title of an exhibition in the Kunsthalle Mannheim, an influential museum of modern contemporary art in Germany in the year 1925. Paintings that were popular in this philosophy of art are Otto Dix's portrait of the journalist Sylvia von Harden, where you can see a take on the new woman of the Weimar era with her bobbed hair, cigarette, and geometric androgynous dress. Max Beckmann's self-portrait shows the meticulous realism used in portraiture to achieve as naturalistic a look as possible, oftentimes with intent to satirize society, as can be seen here where he mocks his own authority by holding a polka-dotted scarf in his lap, which references the costume of a clown. This painting, Tingle Tangle, by Rudolf Schlichter, shows a cabaret, which was very popular at the time, and satirically depicts dancers and men as awkward and stiff despite the decadence and promiscuity around them. Originally devised as a typification for painting, New Objectivity expresses post-World War I anti-expressionist objectivity and sobriety. The Weimar Republic spanned from 1918 to 1933 between World War I and World War II, and denotes the first time in history Germany was a republic rather than a confederation or monarchy. With this transition, the boundaries between high culture and mass culture blurred, allowing cinema to reach new popularity and address the psyche of the masses while doing so. New Objectivity often covers such societal concerns as American consumerism, the economic state of the nation, and especially gender, sexual anxiety, and violence. G.W. Pabst is the most famous New Objectivity director and one of the most influential German-language filmmakers during the Weimar Republic, creating 4 of the 11 movies included in my program. His film Joyless Street is cited as one of the first films in New Objectivism and criticizes class and the Weimar economy, showing the difficulty of acquiring food through the early meat cuisines, the control of authority over the lower classes with the stock scheme by a foreign speculator, and the damaging effects of prostitution on women in the ending. New Objectivity arose as a response to Expressionism, and because of the similar themes in many Weimar-era films, it's easy to compare similar storylines in Expressionist and New Objectivism movies to see where they differ. For example, in Secrets of a Soul, another Pabst film, and in The Cabinet of Dr. Caligari, a man suffers a mental illness that forces him to want to kill his loved one. Yet, in the Expressionist Caligari, he is chased through distorted streets to die in a field, whereas in Secrets, the man simply undergoes several months of psychoanalysis and is cured. One of these endings is very romantic, and the other scientific and lacking much passion. Another example would be Der Blaue Engel versus Pandora's Box. In the Expressionist Der Blaue Engel, a respected man marries a cabaret dancer and is a victim of emasculation at the hands of his peers and wife and dies of shame. This compared to the objective Pandora's Box, where the dancer is a victim of the man's violence, and the story continues on after his death, following her journey as she escapes trial, of course only to end up dead at another man's hands in the bleak ending. The 1973 movie musical Cabaret shows Weimar's legacy in cinema. Although it's very inaccurate, there are key elements of New Objectivity that carry over to modern interpretations. At one point, Sally complains she'll have to sell her fur coat in a way that was very reminiscent of Greta in The Joyless Street, where upon learning of her father's debt, she goes to return her new fur coat to the store.
Used to bribe somebody or other for some kind of a certificate or something. Oh, I don't know. Well, there goes my fur coat.
At another point, the main leads and their new friend Max go to have a picnic in a nature-filled area in a way that reminded me of the picnic in People on Sunday. Although it's very distant both temporally and stylistically from Weimar-era culture, it's still the most enduring, well-recognized legacy in modern culture today. And after World War II, the impact of Weimar-era movies can be seen in movies like this, and also in the movies of the many German filmmakers who escaped to America. Although less famous than its heavily stylistic counterpart, New Objectivity is historically famous as evidence of a shift from the past toward the modern world of today, and created a new way of engaging with the world. With the invention of New Objectivity, artists had an outlet to hope for a modern democratic future for the mass public, and could assist in creating such a space through functional art.